Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with the final of the Gadget So live rigs for you. This is the Yeti rig. This is the Silverstone Rven 2, the white version that we spoke about before. Right, I just need to explain quickly that this video is not going to be as long as the others, or I'm trying to cram everything in because we had a few hardware problems on Monday. And yeah, a few things have been changed last minute and I've just been running out of time. So literally today is Wednesday, today's the final day that I had for assembly and stuff like that. It was technically going to be the day that me and Mr. Strawberry were going to go across all the 3 rigs, make sure everything was alright, check all the fittings, check all the overclocks again, pretty much have a gaming session on each of them, just make sure everything was 100%, but come down to the wire, as it normally does with these tight deadlines. So pretty much everything's already in the Silverstone. In a second I'm going to take the camera off Mr. Strawberry and give you a look round and we'll show you some benchmarks and stuff. But sadly I've not got as much time as I had planned on having, you know, to spend on the video and all the stuff like that with this rig. I mean, I've not taken any pictures of it during the build or anything. It's literally just been a last minute session of chaos, but we've kind of got there. So that's the introduction done and out of the way. Anyway, I'm going to take the camera off of Mr. Strawberry and then we're going to, I'll give you a good look around the rig. Right then guys, I've got the studio lights turned off now. Sorry I can't do a proper light show because we've just not got time to wait until tonight. But I just want to show you quickly. The front of the Rven has got those 2 white LEDs. It's got a red LED power in the middle anyway, but we've kind of mirrored that light and taken some of the LED lights up into the roof, so you can see basically that's the GPU cable up there. You can see all the lights going across the top. I've actually got them, if you look carefully, see the cable just there hidden. The light's actually running up the middle part here. But then we've got the lights throughout the case. I'll show you where they are. We've got them kind of hidden as much as possible. And then they come right the way along the top and then out again. It's the best I could do with such a short amount of time. But anyway, we've obviously got the we've changed the motherboard now. It's actually a Gigabyte board in there. We've still got the 6970 Crossfire XFX cards, which you can see. Obviously there's a slot in between the cards, so you've got a reasonable amount of cooling, or you can get more air up. Basically it comes straight up through. But that's what I'm always on about the slot in between. You can see that there's a spare PCIe 1 now. If you've got 1 or 2 slots, it's much better for Crossfire and SLI and stuff like that, so that the fan's not literally just sucking straight up from the back of the other card. We've got the OC3D branded, or whatever you want to call it. All I've done is pick the Be Quiet one off and then stuck an OC3D one over the top. But before people start moaning, Be Quiet knew we were doing this, and yeah, I might have some special stuff with these coolers coming later on for you. I'm not going to give you any more than that. You can let your imaginations run riot. But anyway, hardware. We have hidden away, nestled, 8 GB of Mushkin Ridgeback, and that's 1600 MHz, where we've got 2 lots of 4 GB. That's where the 8 comes from, and they're both 68624 kits. Corsair HX100 power supply. The Gigabyte motherboard, I forget what it is because it literally only come today, so I apologise, but there's a Gigabyte motherboard kind of nestled in the back there. 2 XFX 6970s. Now if I open these slots, these are quite stiff. I'll try and do it with my right hand. There we go. In there, if you look carefully, they are in there. There we go, you can just see them. It's 264 gigabyte Kingston V+100s in RAID 0. We've also got a Western Digital 2 terabyte green in there as well. The idea with this rig, it was meant to be powerful but also pretty quiet as well. Now, this fan's on low at the moment, and it really doesn't make a lot of noise, I've got to admit. It's very quiet. CPU temperatures, overclocked, it's 4 gigahertz at the moment, and that's with a 300 bus. HT is 2100 I think, and the CPU Northbridge is 27 or 2800, can't remember off the top of my head. I'll show you it in a minute anyway. Yeah, running 4 gigahertz, temperatures are great. The cards are both hitting between 70 and 80 degrees, but that's normal for air-cooled 6970s. The CPU itself is hovering at full load in OCCT after a couple of hours in a really warm room. It's like 24 degrees near at the moment. It's hovering around 50 degrees. Obviously, between 55 and 60 is about the absolute top end for AMDs before they cap out, so we're just about squeezing by there. Like I said, it is pretty warm today, but that kind of works in our favour because we're kind of expecting the exhibition hall to be warm by mid-afternoon anyway, if not baking hot because of all the hardware. Anyway, cable tidying. I do need to stick another zip tie around this actually, but that's about the messiest part of the rig. Everything else is fairly tidy and clipped up. I've tried my best with this one with the limited amount of time that I had. Like I said, I knew I only had today to build. It's now about 4 o'clock and we've got this one completely done. Windows is on it, it's all benchmarked, overclocked, everything, it's ready to rock and rumble. Now what I'm going to do is be quiet. I'm going to move the rig back round, I'm going to stick a side panel on as well, and I'm going to show you some quick benchmarks. But sadly, like I said, due to time restraints and the fact that I still got to get all these packed and everything to go away, I'm not going to do any gameplay. I expect most of you are going to click off now, but anyway, we're going to do some benchmarks, have a quick look round, and yeah, let's get on with it. Right then guys, final bit, benchmarks and overclocking. Right, overclocking, 300 bus, HT-Link 2100, 14 multiplier, giving us a 4.2 gigahertz overclock at 1.475 volts. That's with the memory running at rated 1600 megahertz, 68624 as it should do, and the Northbridge frequency on the CPU NB at 2700. Temperatures, while we were running 3D Mark Vantage and 3D Mark 11, maximum we saw on the CPU was 52 degrees on one core, but all the rest of them are 51. Graphics cards, as you can see there, maximum was 86. But I've got to admit they didn't really spin up either. Then the benchmark scores. P-score of 8,589, 3D Mark 11, with a GPU score of 9,882, and Vantage was 27,506 with a GPU score of 30,428. Don't forget that's with Crossfire 6970s and an 1100T at 4.2 gigahertz. So very good scores there. It did stay relatively quiet as well, which is a good thing, although when we're at the show we're not going to be able to hear it at all. We'll probably end up turning the fans up because it's bound to get really warm in the at the event. But anyway, yeah, that's a lot. Like I said, I apologise, it's a shorter vid than usual, but we've just got so much to do and not enough time to do it in. So this is the last of the Silverstone you're going to see unless I post some videos of it at the event. Anyway, for now at least, this is Tiny Tom Logan, out.